Hello everyone, it's Eagle of Zeus here, and I'm back with another video. And in this video, I want to talk about Greek myth movies. And here is my collection of Greek myth movies. Some of these aren't exactly Greek myth, but they're still like Greek movies, that take place in ancient Greece. So I'm going to show them individually and talk about them, like my thoughts about them, which ones are my favorites, things like that. So let's get started. So the first movie, as you can see, is Immortals. Now, this one I actually haven't seen all the way through. I started watching it when I got it, but it was late and I started falling asleep and I just found it really boring. But I do want to give it another try. I've heard it's good from a few people, but then other people say it's not very good, so I want to give it another try and find it, judge it myself. The second movie I have is Dwayne Johnson's Hercules. Now this movie I really did like. It's not exactly, it is kind of a myth movie, but it's a more realistic, I guess, version of Hercules. It doesn't really say if Hercules is or is not a demigod in it, but it kind of, puts a more, I guess, realistic spin on the myth of Hercules. Like, he did do what he did, like the labors and all that, but they weren't as, like, they were kind of made to be more epic, I guess, than they really were, and stuff like that. And like, whenever Hercules kills his family, it's not Hera that like makes him go crazy and kill them. I think it was like a poison or something like that. But it's a good movie. I really liked this one. And the next one I have is another Hercules movie. This one's Disney's Hercules. And I really love this movie. This is a big childhood movie of mine. And it's actually what introduced me to the Greek gods in the first place. So this movie has a special place in my heart. I know it's really inaccurate, but I really enjoy it. It's a fun movie. And then this is a triple pack. This one has 300, Troy, and Alexander. I know a lot of people are gonna hate on me probably, but I've actually have not watched 300 yet. I've been meaning to, I just haven't gotten around to it, but I've heard it's a really good movie, and I do love Sparta, and I love King Leonidas, so I really need to get around to watching it, but I've heard it's a good movie. Troy, okay, Troy is a good movie, but I kind of have a love-hate relationship with it. I used to love it, like back in high school, I used to love that movie. I used to watch it all the time. It was like one of my top favorite movies. But honestly, ever since I got more into Achilles and I started feeling closer with him, and especially after after I read the book, The Song of Achilles, which is my number one favorite book of all time, I started looking at Troy a bit differently. Like, the main thing about Troy that bothers me is Achilles. Like, mainly his relationship with Briseis and women. Like, he's totally straight washed in this movie. And they made him and Patroclus cousins for some reason and stuff like that. And like, his reaction to Patroclus's death, he obviously is upset, but it's like nowhere near as upset as he was described in like the Iliad and Song of Achilles and stuff like that. It just seems kind of like, I don't know, just not as like upset as he is supposed to be, and stuff like that. And I don't know. And he was still alive in this movie during the whole Trojan horse thing, and when the Greeks invaded Troy, he was still alive for some reason when he was already supposed to be dead by that point. But It honestly, it's still a good movie. Also, another thing is Brad Pitt seemed a bit too old to be Achilles, because Achilles was pretty young when he died. He wasn't old, you know, like middle age, but like I said, whatever. It honestly, it's still a good movie. I still love it. It just, those things bother me about it. And then Alexander. Alexander is a really good movie. I really like it. It's about Alexander the Great. It's pretty long. Some people may find it kind of boring, I'm not sure, but I really liked it. Yeah, it's a good movie. I need to rewatch it, really. And I definitely need to get around to watching 300. So, yep. And here's a double pack, which is the remake Clash of the Titans from the I would say early 2010s. Actually, I think it came out in 2010. And then the original Clash of the Titans from, I think, the 1980s. And I actually really prefer the original, but I still enjoy the remake as well. But yeah, I really love these movies. I mean, the original is a classic. And like I said, I really do like the remake too. They're both really good. I did not like Wrath of the Titans though, and I mentioned this in one of my previous videos. I did not like Wrath of the Titans at all. I couldn't get through like 10 minutes of that movie, but I do enjoy Clash of the Titans. So yeah, these are both really good movies. The next one I have, now onto the DVDs, is this miniseries Hercules, which came out in I think 2004 or 2005. I saw this on TV a while back, and I really liked it. I mean, I thought it was really accurate to the Hercules myth, and I like the actors that are in it, like Sean Astin from Lord of the Rings, and I thought it was a really good movie, a really good miniseries. So I decided to go ahead and get it on DVD. But I need to rewatch it. It's been a while, but it's a good miniseries. And now on to my favorite miniseries slash movie is The Odyssey. This one came out in, I think it was the 80s, 1980s. And this one is just great. This one is probably my favorite movie adaptation of a myth. This one is just the best, in my opinion. Yeah, I really like it. It's really good. I first watched it in school, when we read the Odyssey in school, and I just really liked it, so I had to get it. This one I totally recommend. It's really good and accurate. And finally, we have another one of my top favorites, Jason and the Argonauts. This one is also really good. I also watched this one in school, but I watched it in my mythology class. Yeah, it's really good. I think this one was also made in the 1980s. But to me, it seems like the best Greek myth movies were made in like the 80s. Those were the best and most accurate ones. But yeah, this one's a really good movie as well. I really recommend it. I love the story of Jason, and I really like Jason in this movie. Yeah, it's a really good movie. I would recommend this one as well. So, those are all my Greek myth movies. And yeah, I would recommend all these movies really, except, well, Immortals I have not seen fully yet, so I can't really recommend that one because I haven't seen it fully, but I would recommend the rest of these. So yep, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!